Bonjour, mon ami. Do you really want to speak Parisian French confidently, but you can't find the time or the right person to make conversation and practice with? This is Llyane Stanfield, and you are watching French Minute with Llyane, where you practice with me for 24 days in a row while I introduce you to my signature program, J'Ouellette Intensif, which helps you reach an advanced level of conversation. Today is day number 24. Congratulations, you made it. Not so much the knowledge that you got, but the skill and the habit of being consistent, which is the difference between speaking French and just wishing that you spoke French. So this is the absolute rule. So if you made it to today, if you made it to this particular video, you are so awesome, and you are going to get the fruit of your effort. Not so much effort. It is about consistency. It is about doing a couple of minutes every day, but every day. Not so much what you do is important, that you keep the consistency in everything, but especially when you learn a language. So today, video 24 out of 24. So it's the last one. You really made it. Congratulations. And these videos expire from Facebook, so if you'd like to have access for life, unlimited access to all the 24 videos, please click on the link in the description of this video, and you will find there not only the 24 videos, but also a bonus that I prepared for you. So there is like a twofold bonus. Either the J'Ouellette Éclair that will help you for pronunciation. So after 2 days with me, you will definitely have the mastering under your belt of the French pronunciation of the words that you know, and especially of the words that you do not know. And so for this particular program, if you want to register for this one, if that's what your heart is, you really put your heart on, then this one is a $700. It's a $700. It's $499. So it's a $700 bonus. So a discount, special pricing for you. But today is the last day. I'm not going to give this at any other time. So J'Ouellette Éclair means lightning, because that's how quickly you're going to master pronunciation. So J'Ouellette Éclair at $700 discount. You're paying a third of the price. Well, a little more than a third, but roughly a third of the price. So that would be one bonus if you want the 2 days with me. However, if you do want to have the entire experience and to really make this year your bilingual year, then J'Ouellette Intensif comes with J'Ouellette Éclair as a bonus. So the bonus of the J'Ouellette Éclair, the full price is $11.99. So if you get the intensive, if you register for the intensive program today, then you will have a J'Ouellette Éclair included, which means a gift of $1,199. Go to the link in the description of this video and you will find everything there. So today I have also a bonus in what I'm explaining to you. So I'm going to give you a very short sample from lesson number 33, level B. Just to recap, level B is intermediate. If you want to see what the beginner level looks like, please click on the link of the description of this video, and you will find the videos that start from number 1 and so on, lesson number 1 and so on, from level A. And level A is the beginner level. So we are at the end of the intermediate level. I promised you that J'Ouellette Intensif helps you reach an advanced level of conversation. And just remember this, my the way that I gauge your level is not on knowledge, is on conversation level, because I have clients who are have the bachelor degree in French, in the French language. They have master degree in the French language. They have PhD in the French language. They are teachers of the French language at high school level, and they are my clients for conversation, pronunciation and conversation. So I give you, with this program, I help you reach the level C1, the low level C1, of course. So this ends the intermediate level. So you reach the advanced level in conversation. It's a big, big deal. Okay. So from lesson number 33, I'm going to give you the text, and then I'm going to translate, and then I'm going to show you the explanation and, of course, pronunciation. So, l'aveugle a remercié l'enfant qui l'avait conduit dans le chemin. L'aveugle a remercié l'enfant qui l'avait conduit dans le chemin. Just in these 2 lines, and these are 2 lines out of a full lesson, you have so many, rules introduced. So I'm going to translate it first. The blind person thanked the child who had led him in the street, on the road. Now, first of all, the most important part that we learn in this particular sentence is plus que parfait. What is plus que parfait? L'avait conduit. Avait conduit. Il avait conduit l'aveugle. So, plus que parfait is the past tense of another past tense. So, l'aveugle a remercié, so he thanked the child who had led him through to the street, right, to the road. So thanking is in the past, but leading him is in the past of the past action of a past action. This is when, so the plus que parfait tense is a relative tense, right? So it doesn't appear unless it's a past of the past. So I need to have a past action, and then to refer to a past action of that past action to use plus que parfait. Note, okay, how do we create plus que parfait? It is a composed tense, and auxiliary is in the imparfait. So avait is imparfait, and then the past participle of the verb that we conjugate. Of course, verbs that conjugate with avoir will stay with avoir. Verbs that conjugate with être will stay with être. What else I have to say to you here? Notice how to use the word remercier. So we don't need a preposition for that. Remercier l'enfant. Okay? It's not thanked the child, right? Remercier l'enfant qui l'avait conduit dans le chemin. It's a reference also to the relative pronouns, which we talked in one of the past videos. Please go into the link of the description of this video to find the relative pronouns, which we talked in the beginning. Qui. So I would break this phrase down into 2 sentences. L'aveugle a remercié l'enfant. L'enfant l'avait conduit dans le chemin. So the 2 sentences, put them together through with the help of qui. So l'aveugle a remercié l'enfant qui l'avait conduit dans le chemin. Okay, so it's a relative pronoun because it replaces the subject. L'enfant l'avait conduit dans le chemin, and links the 2 sentences together. Please refer to video, I believe 4, but just check it out. It's right there with the example and everything. That's all I have to say to this sentence structure wise. So now let's go to pronunciation. L'aveugle, EU, is one of the combinations of the letters in French that are the most difficult for Anglophones, because EU in English is U and in French is E. So it's not aveugle, which everybody says, but it's going to be aveugle. I'm going to go with the most important because I have another bonus for you. I have the subjunctive that's coming up. Remercier. Okay, what I'm going to point out in remercier, 3 types of E's. The first E is E because it doesn't have an accent and is not followed by 2 consonants. So remember these 2 rules of thumb. It's not pronounced A because it does not have an accent. So first rule, an accent, and second rule, followed by 2 consonants or not. So this one is not. The second E, after, that's before the RC, that one is pronounced A because it's followed by 2 consonants, and the second consonant is not R or L. Go into the videos that I have with the link and you will see, the pronunciation course deals with all of that anyway. And this, the last E is pronounced A, like in the English word egg, all of, so the second and the third R, because it has an accent on it. L'enfant, EN and AN, on. They're both nasal A, l'enfant. They're both pronounced the same way, and they're nasal because they're followed by a consonant. Another rule. Qui, a rule that not many people know, although they do, you may pronounce qui correctly. You may not know in the words that you don't know yet that Q is always followed by a silent U, and that comes from Latin. Laver, I'm going to say about AI rule pronunciation is A like in the word egg, conduit. Okay, I'm going to talk about on, that's nasal because it's followed by a consonant, and UI. UI is one of the diphthongs, if not the most difficult diphthong for Anglophones, because, and for anybody who learns French really, because U, for U, we hold the lips for U, and inside we're saying E, and when I say then E, when the lips are for U are the farthest forward, and when I say E, the lips are closest to us, and so there is a physical space that the lips need to travel, which not many people consider, and so most people are going to force the UI, like UI and UI. And so what typically happens are 2 things that may happen, and so notice what happens with you. Either U is completely dropped and it just sounds the E, we can hear the E, or U is not dropped, but in order to pronounce it quickly, we make it U because we is easier to pronounce than UI. So what my suggestion is to stay on U longer to prepare for E. So UI, and that works for any UI word that contains this diphthong. Huit, cuisine, fruit, nuit. Okay, so everything. Dans, it's nasal A, le chemin. IN is nasal E. Careful at the beginning, before you really master pronunciation, do pronounce it nasal E. So it's un, it's not en, it's un. You may hear the French saying pain, chemin or whatever. That doesn't mean, I mean, in your city, I'm sure there are people who are more or less careful with their language. That's pretty much in any country. So do pronounce it un, because you want to make a differentiation, for instance, between vin and vent. Vin is wine, vent is wind. Be really careful with this. That's what it is for this one. And now the bonus. The bonus is the subjunctif, which everybody really is looking forward to. So I'm going to write the sentence in the description here. Let's talk about subjonctif, mes amis. So, all right. Pour qu'on ne lui prenne pas son os, mon chien fait un trou profond dans la terre. And this is a sample from lesson 38, bonus from lesson 38, so last lesson of the program. Subjonctif. Pour qu'on ne lui prenne pas son os, just enunciating here. Mon chien fait un trou profond dans la terre. So, in English I would translate, in order that nobody takes his bone. My dog makes a hole, deep hole in the ground. Okay. Pour qu'on ne lui prenne pas son os. So we have a few things here, so I'm not going to go too long on this video because I could. Pour que is one of the expressions that introduce subjunctive. But if you look at the prenne, okay, so subjunctive, the root, this is an exception. This is an irregular verb, right? But typically the root is taken from the third person plural. Well, this is not because it's a prendre, it's irregular. But, and here, if you notice, we also use the word on, and I particularly chose this example here because on is very much misused in Canada for sure. And by a lot of people who are francophones that live in Anglophone countries. So I'm not talking about francophiles or francophones who are learning the language to go to France or international. I'm talking about people who live in Anglophone countries and speak French at home or speak French, in the city or whatever. The reason I'm saying this is because on is, in France, is used colloquially for nous. In Canada, I know for sure, I know because I deal with it all the time, people use on for every person. Why? Because in English, we don't really have a different form of the verb at different persons, but in French we do. And so on saves you from making any differentiation between the persons. On va, on s'en va, on mange, and then you put whatever happens. And I literally had to deal with a child and had to stop her all the time from her story. Absolutely, but like fluent. She was in a French Catholic French Catholic school, so absolutely fluent. Working with her on grammar and whatnot, so child. And so she was telling her stories with on for everybody. So they're like two parents, two kids, and she tells me what they did on a Sunday or something, went to the mall, and some of them went to one store, some of them did something else and whatever. And however she was splitting the group of doing whatever they were doing, it was all the way. So I had no idea who did what because she was not specific at all. And that saves people from conjugating the verbs. So I'm going to tell you when we use on, only in two situations. And I suggest you don't use on for nous because nous and vous are typically harder forms in conjugation. And so don't say this unless, of course, you have an occasional conversation and you don't really master that enough. And so you will use it so that you can flow the conversation. But please stay away from that. So on is used for two situations. One is when when everybody, I'm talking about everybody, on mange, on parle français dans cette école. Everybody speaks French in this school. Or if I don't know who I'm talking about, on chante dans cette école, qui chante, je ne sais pas. Someone sings in the school, who sings, I don't know. So, one, right? Those two situations only is when we use on. Let's go further. Mon chien fait un trou profond dans la terre. That's it. So, subjonctif. Let me see if there's any pronunciation for you. Qu'on ne lui prenne. Look, notice the lui is before the verb. Pas son os. Mon chien fait un trou profond dans la terre. I'm just going to go for, oh yeah, because we talked about E followed by two consonants in the sentence before. Terre is another situation where we say e like in the word egg, because E is followed by two consonants and both of them are R's. That's an absolute rule of pronunciation. So if you are if I made you curious to check out the pronunciation course, the intensive program, this éclair, which will definitely help you to never make a pronunciation or spelling error ever again in your life. If you want to have to make this year your bilingual year, check it out. So click on the link in the description of this video. Tonight is that's it. So we have just a few hours left, and you are going to make this year your bilingual year. You're going to be able to go to your favorite restaurant in Paris, just imagine that, and go on the menu and order that menu without even asking or thinking or doubting that you're not pronouncing correctly, and make conversation with whatever guest you brought there, and have them admire you, and you inspire them to become more than they think they can. And I know, because most of my clients are saying that they actually reached a place where they never thought they would reach so fast. So thank you so much for watching this series of videos, and congratulations. It's your merit. I mean, I did this, but you followed them, and this is the last one. You went out of your way, outside of your comfort zone, to become the bilingual you that you've already imagined that you become, and you are well on your way to get there. Stay on your game and keep going for your dream to become bilingual. Learn to speak Parisian French and break your language barrier. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Au revoir.